Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Chef Vic Cuisine. Today we're making breadsticks. Now these type of breadsticks are the ones that melt in your mouth with each bite. Infused with the aroma and flavor of herbs and spices, while also dusted with your choice of salt or Parmesan cheese. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so diving right into the recipe, in the bowl of a stand mixer, we want to whisk in half a cup of warm water, heated to about 100 to 110 degrees Fahrenheit or 38 to 43 degrees Celsius, with 2 1/4 teaspoons of high quality yeast or 1 standard packet, with 1 teaspoon's worth of granulated white sugar. Mixing those until they're well combined. We want to set this aside first to allow it to proof, which should take about 5 to 8 minutes for it to get foamy. Once it's foamy, you want to add in another half a cup of the warm water, followed by 1 tablespoon and 2 teaspoons worth of granulated white sugar, as well as 1.5 cups worth of all-purpose flour to the bowl. You want to use a paddle attachment to beat this mix until a smooth, wet batter forms, looking something like this. At this stage, we want to add in 1/4 cup's worth of unsalted butter that's been melted, 1.5 teaspoons of kosher salt, as well as 1 cup's worth of all-purpose flour. Continue to beat this mix until a sticky dough forms. Now, using a hook attachment, you want to gradually add in another 1/2 cup's worth of flour as it needs until the dough becomes smooth and elastic. This may require more flour, but you just want to make sure that the final consistency looks something like this. Once the dough has been formed, we want to roll it into a ball and place it into a buttered bowl. We want to cover this bowl with plastic wrap and allow the dough to rise for about 1 hour and 30 minutes or until it's doubled in size. And while the dough is rising, we want to prepare the topping for our breadsticks. So in a small bowl, you want to whisk together 1 teaspoon's worth of kosher salt, 1.5 teaspoons of garlic powder, and 1/2 teaspoon of oregano, whisking those together until they're well combined. Once the dough is risen, you want to punch the dough down to release any of that trapped air. You want to transfer this to a lightly floured working surface and then divide it into 8 equal pieces. You want to let each piece of the dough rest for about 10 minutes before we roll them out into 9 to 10 inch long ropes. Once we've formed our breadsticks, you want to transfer those to a parchment paper lined baking sheet and initially brush them with about 1/4 cup's worth of melted butter. Cover these with plastic wrap and allow them to rest and rise for about 30 minutes. And while they're resting, you want to preheat your oven to about 400 degrees Fahrenheit or 204 degrees Celsius. After they've rested, we want to brush the breadsticks with about 1/6 cup of melted butter and then sprinkle on 1/3 portion of the dry rub. We're going to transfer these to the oven and allow them to bake for about 5 minutes at first. After that initial 5 minutes, working quickly, we want to brush them again with another 1/6 cup of melted butter and another 1/3 portion of the dry rub. Bake these breadsticks for another 8 to 10 minutes or until they become golden brown. At this stage, you want to remove them from the oven and then brush on the remaining 6 cups worth of melted butter and the remaining portion of the dry rub. For an extra layer of flavor, you can add on a sprinkling of grated Parmesan cheese on all or some of the breadsticks. And at this point, these are ready to be served and enjoyed. Congrats, you've just made breadsticks right at home. Now these breadsticks in particular are made to be soft, but if you want them firmer, you can leave them in the oven for about 5 to 8 more minutes. But as you can see, Breaking into one of these, they are light and fluffy on the inside and a perfect side dish to any Italian meal. I can't wait for you guys to try this at home, and when you do, be sure to tag me at Chef Vic Cuisine or hashtag Chef Vic Cuisine so I can see your great takes on this dish. As always, this recipe and many more can be found in my cookbook, Chef Vic Cuisine Volume 4, Enhancing Your Inner Chef. And that's available on Amazon, and I'll be sure to leave a link to that in my description box. And feel free to click the pop-up on your screen for more information on that as well. Thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed learning how to make breadsticks, and if you did, make sure you smash that like button for me. It's one of the best ways to show support for this channel. And if you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button too to see more recipes just like this one. And sharing is caring, so if you enjoyed this recipe and think someone else will too, feel free to share this with all your family and friends. And stay tuned for next week where I show you how to make a really easy salad recipe, my corn salad. It's full of flavor and it'll be a great option for you come the summer season. Well, thank you all again so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. You can always check out more recipes on my page now. YouTube thinks you'll like these videos, so let's see if they're right. And I'll catch you next time on another episode of Chef Vic Cuisine. And until then, peace.